Lose the Boss segment tonight. A woman named Sarah Ingram has been appointed as the director of the IRS's Affordable Care Act office. That means she's in charge of making sure businesses comply with Obamacare, and if they don't, they could get fined. Some people are upset about this because of Ms. Ingram's background. Here now, Fox Business anchor Lou Dobbs. Before we get to Ms. Ingram, what about this Vandersoot? That's what this IRS story is all about.
Absolutely.
Individual Americans making a legal donation, and then all of a sudden, their personal lives are being investigated, and the IRS comes down the train, running 80 grand in legal fees up.
And the arrogance to bring for the IRS to step in at whoever's behest. This is a man of resources. Vandersoot is not a working guy. He is a multimillionaire with great resources, accountants and attorneys, and they hammer him with IRS audits, Labor Department surveys. I mean, that's powerful intimidation.
But that is what the IRS story is all about. Yes, but if you ask Miller, oh, I don't know anything about it. Nobody knows, Lou.
Steve Miller, I think Chairman Dave Camp of the Ways and Means Committee nailed it with him.
He nailed him.
This is a man of such arrogance. He knows he's beyond the power of the Congress. He told them basically, I'm not playing, I'm not talking, and I'm going to have to be forced to talk.
Well, he's going to jail, I think. I think a good chance he's indicted. All right, now this Ingram woman, should I be frightened or what?
Well, we should be very concerned that this president, acting contrite, acting outraged, and asking a man to leave his post 2 weeks early as director of the
but before he leaves, he's going to find out all the names.
Oh, yeah, he's going
to get everything.
He's going to have a refresher course in what happened while he was there.
Right.
She was actually the person in charge for much of the time in which these egregious acts were committed.
Well, how could she be in charge if Miller was in charge?
Well, Miller put her there. Schulman put her there.
Schulman
the previous
was the guy
director.
Before Miller.
Correct.
Okay. Put her where? Where was she? What was she doing?
The tax-exempt division, which was holding forth.
So she was running the tax-exempt division, all right, which is what the Tea Party and all of that were trying to gain, that kind of status. And she was running things.
And she was running that and running them off.
So she's, well, that's yours. You know, she's going to deny that.
I know that, but
so they take her. She's in the middle. She's up to here in this thing. You know what? Let's put her in front of the Obamacare stuff.
You know, that's a natural place. So you're exactly right. Because put her.
Let's make her more powerful.
And by the way, no one can come up with her title right now, but we do know she's in charge of the Affordable Care Act
enforcement.
Implementation.
Yeah, you gotta do it, or you can get fined by the IRS.
And if the president were going to fire some people, you would have thought the first person on the list
would be fired.
The person who was in charge. But no, they're trying to hang on to her. And
but this is, I'm laughing because it just like I said in the talking points, it's just so ridiculous. Is it not? It is absurd.
It is absurd, and it's also though a absolute validation of every fear we ever had about what this administration's about. He was not being sincere, the president. He was not being contrite. He was hiding the person who is most culpable by all appearances in the chain of organization.
But he's not hiding her. He just promoted her so that O'Reilly and Dobbs are making her segment B on the Factor.
Exactly.
That's it.
And guess what? Dave Camp and Speaker Boehner are going to make her Exhibit A in the investigations of the IRS going forward.
To me, the whole thing, there's something. Doesn't seem to be any coordination here. You would think that, well, maybe we don't put her in charge because she's going to have all her own problems. We get someone else.
Yeah, that didn't work out that way. They were spending most of their coordination effort, it appears, stamping this administration, whether it be the Internal Revenue Service with this abuse of power, whether it be Benghazi, an 8-month
But they make it worse.
wall.
This just makes it worse.
Well, they seem only worse because we found out about it.
But how could we not find out about it? She's in charge.
Do you remember the modified limited hangout from the Nixon days where they give you a little piece to keep you away from the main event? Well, this administration is doing exactly that right now, in my opinion.
All right. Lou Dobbs, everybody. There he is, directly ahead.